He employed more than 10 people. He was also a pastor at the 12th Apostle Church, and on top of everything else, they sold airtime and electricity at their home. So as you can see, he's someone who went out of his way to make sure that he provided for his family and they needed for nothing. On the other hand, Me Matepo, the mother, was a nurse at an old age home and was loved dearly not just by her colleagues but by the elderly patients that she looked after. The oldest daughter, Tsegofatso, who was 22 years old, was already done with school and was still living at home. At the time, she was 8 months pregnant. And then there was onthathile, who was 15 years old and went to Tsogo High School in Macau. And last but definitely not least was baby Quinton, who was 6 years old and was going to be starting grade 1 the following year. As you can see, the family was literally the family next door, loving, Christian, hardworking, and thriving in most aspects of their lives. However, this is not how onthathile felt about her family. Onthathile had just turned 15 in 2016 and was just not happy about how things were going at home. She felt like her parents and mostly her mother was too strict. In her own words, she said she felt like her movements were being restricted. She was constantly being told what to do and when to do it. Now keep in mind, onthathile was only 15 years old, and this is because her mother required her to come back from school, prepare her uniform for the next day, do her homework, and at some times she would be required to help either her older sister or her mother prepare for dinner. And about her moves being restricted, of course her moves were being restricted. She was 15 years old and wasn't allowed to be at the house past a certain time, and that was just it. But onthathile viewed this as a complete violation of her freedom. She wanted to come and go as she pleased, and it just didn't help that she had started hanging around a bad crowd, and as a result of this, she started using substances. When the school year ended in December of 2016, onthathile was sick and tired of her family environment. The festive season had just started and she did not want to be confined or restricted by her family from going where she wanted to go.